Thank you for clicking Dr. Samurai Minute Lecture. In this video, I would like to discuss Mike Tyson angry at fan. Especially, I would like to focus on two things about the truth of this incident, Mike Tyson angry at fan. One is, who was that fan? Two is, what should be the best consequence of this incident? My name is Dr. Samurai. I'm a professor specialized in international social pathology. Mike Tyson angry at the fan. Mike Tyson was on a JetBlue flight from San Francisco to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on his marijuana business on that day. According to an article, Who's the Man Mike Tyson hit on a plane, Florida punching bag has seen cops before. Written by Madeleine Marr for Miami Herald. That fan's name was MELVIN Townsend III, living in Punta Gorda, Florida. The article says, later it was found out that the 36-year-old Townsend isn't exactly an angel. He has a lengthy rap sheet dating back to 2008. Charges include possession, burglary, grand theft, and fraud. And MELVIN Townsend has actually served time twice. And here comes part one of this Mike Tyson angry at fan incident. What is the truth about this? Mike Tyson became angry at the fan and punched him in the airline. Townsend was not just a fan. He has been repeating offenses invading into others, such as burglary, grand theft, and fraud, as his rap sheet indicates. As I have been pointing out as a social pathologist, not one incident happens by accident. Everything happens as a part of a series. One person is always acting according to his behavior pattern. So, MELVIN Townsend was not just an innocent fan of Mike Tyson. He is a habitual criminal. And this incident of harassing Mike Tyson in the plane was not just one accident, but one of the incidents in his invasive behavior pattern. So it is not correct to judge him based on him being just an innocent fan. And part two of this Mike Tyson angry at fan. Townsend's lawyer made a statement that at a certain point, Mr. Tyson clearly became agitated by an overly excited fan and began to strike him in an excessive manner. This situation could have been avoided simply by contacting a flight attendant. He also added, historically trained fighters are usually held by police and judges to a higher standard in a large part because Mr. Tyson should have known not to use his hands on an overly excited fan. And now, is it true? Is what this lawyer of Townsend saying true? The answer is no, because he is picking up on what Mike Tyson did to Townsend only, independent of what the Townsend did and what kind of person Townsend is. No matter who it is, including lawyers and judges, everything must be considered in a whole picture. Especially in a criminal case, things must be judged what the A did and what the B did. And we have to calculate in relation to what the both party did. Townsend, who obviously has behavior pattern of invading into others' territory, kept harassing Mike Tyson for long minutes, and in reaction to the harassment lasted for over minutes, Mike Tyson did what he did. It is true that what Tyson did exceeds what the Townsend did, but he should be judged based upon this extra degree over what the Townsend did, not this whole thing independently, because Townsend obviously did his part of offense. Mike Tyson should be responsible for only this level of his act, and he should pay for that, which I believe wouldn't be much, considering the fact that Townsend lit the fire on this whole incident of Mike Tyson angry at the fan. That said, now Melvin Townsend III is preparing for his lawsuits against Mike Tyson, highly likely for wanting to gain something from wealthy Mike Tyson, based upon all his criminal records of burglary and grand theft auto and fraud, which are all for gaining money illegally. And in a nutshell, what I would like to suggest as a social pathologist whose interest is to maintain society as fair and peaceful as possible, we should never allow this type of act conducted by Townsend, that he initiated all the trouble on his side, but later, once he loses his battle, he suddenly backs off as if he were an innocent fan, pretending like he is pure and meek, and try to win nonetheless by resorting to the legal measure. It is like one party started attack on the other party, but when the other party turns out to be a made mafia member or something, he suddenly backs off and stages it up as if he is only a victim by a professional outlaw. That is not fair. It doesn't matter who and what the opponent was. Townsend started this fight. He caused everything. Because think about this. If Townsend had not done anything, Mike would not have even known Townsend was sitting behind his seat. Period. He would have peacefully sat in the plane and gotten off peacefully at the Florida airport. See, if Townsend did not harass Mike Tyson, nothing happened, period. We should never allow, once Townsend could not get what he wanted, he put all the blame on Mike Tyson because he is a former heavyweight world champion. No, doesn't matter. Mike was former heavyweight champ. He would have done nothing. Townsend did not initiate his harassment on Mike. And that initiation responsibility covers major part of the reason why this incident of Mike Tyson angry at the fan. This is it. We always must judge an incident in a behavior pattern. Also, fair judgment is always made based on a comparison between what the party A did and what the party B did. And we have to calculate the degree of offenses that both parties committed. I would like to hear what you have to say about this analysis of Mike Tyson angry at the fan. And if you like this kind of serious social discussions, please click that red Dr. Smith logo. Wherever you are, my friend, over this tiny, beautiful planet Earth, during this very short time, we miraculously share. Thank you very much, and bye-bye now.